Yes. Absolutely, absolutely, my friends. What's going on, everybody? This is Luke Pico coming to you guys again, my friends. With another amazing, well, I don't know if it's amazing, but it's pretty straightforward, dude. Yeah, buddy. So, check it out, you guys. If you guys are new here to the YouTube channel, you guys, on this channel, we talk about all things confidence building. We talk about all things reality. We talk about all things mindset. We talk about all things psychology. And so I express a lot of powerful insights, a lot of powerful truths that you've probably never heard before. And so, but today is a little bit different because I'm going to share some stuff about myself, about my past that's happened to me. And this is a very uncomfortable thing for me to talk about. Okay? And so, because this is what happened to me in the past, and I've never told this to anyone else except one person. Okay? And so, I don't know how this video is going to go. I don't know what I'm going to feel, how I'm going to feel. But it's why I am the way that I am, I think. Because there's a lot of things that I went through in my past that's built up to this point of the person that I am right now, okay? And so, here's the thing, dude. So, growing up, I went through hell. I went through, I don't think anyone would want to experience, no one would, getting raised in a dysfunctional reality, a dysfunctional environment where there's addiction, there's drug addiction, there's violence, there's crime, there's, you don't know where you're going to live, you don't know, you're living in, at young age, okay? You're living with friends, you're living with relatives, you're living in hotels, you're living in motels, and to top it off, you have an abusive stepdad, okay? And me and my brother, growing up with my abusive stepdad, he used to pull out when we knew the energy was bad in the house, because we always wanted things to be good. And when we'd walk into the house, depending on the environment, there would be an energy of anxiety. At the time, you don't even label it as anxiety. It just is what it is. And so you just immediately take on this fear energy. Okay? And so what would happen is if anything triggered my stepdad, because he would take it out on me and my brother, he would tell us to go in the room, and if we didn't do exactly as he said, then you were going to get 10 times the beating. 10 times worse. And so he'd bust out an electrical cord. Okay? This isn't the main thing that I'm going to tell you, what I'm sharing with you right now. See, what I'm going to share with you is a culmination of events that led to this final experience. Okay? And so, and this isn't to paint me as a victim, dude. Because you'll see me on most of my videos, I'm pretty fired up. I like to entertain myself. I like to express who I am, and I like to teach people how to get their thinking straight. Because this world will screw with your freaking head, dude. This world will screw with your head. People will screw with your head. People will, all kinds of stuff. Don't get me started. And so, he would tell us, okay, check it out. You guys did this, okay? Bend over, drop your drawers, and you're each going to get whipped with an electrical cord 3-4 times each. And if you moved and if you fought, it was going to be 10 times worse. You were going to get beat down everywhere. And so what I did is I would just get my 3 strikes, 4 strikes, whatever it was, and it would just harden me. It would just make me hold all that anger inside. Because I was like, I'm going to take your soul, dude, for doing this to me. That's what I was like. I was like, I'm going to steal your soul. And I'd look at him. I'd just be like, all right. And this happened to me. This happened to my brother, my poor brother. Okay. Bad stuff, man. I've never expressed this before, okay? So, me sharing this with you makes me vulnerable. And I'm not good vulnerable sometimes, okay? But over the years, this happened for years. My mom, she did the best she could to stick up for us. She had her own problems. I don't want to put weight on her. Give her pressure, more pressure than what she was already fighting with. Okay? And so, after about 8 years, 9 years of that and getting older and older, he couldn't do it no more because we were getting bigger. And we were real into weight training and bodybuilding and stuff. But at about the age of 13, he was still in the picture. But at the age of 13 years old, all the way till 14 years old, I was molested by a 35-year-old lady. And I was real good friends with her daughter. And it would happen for a whole year. Okay, and it was real intense. It was very intense. It was very, when you're 13 years old and something like that happens to you. And not only was it that, I already had hormones going on. You know, I was kind of like, at first it was just kind of like, what is it? But I already was raised around a lot of crazy stuff, so I was used to seeing it. And so I'd go over here and I'd visit with her daughter, because we were just that age, we were young, me and my brother would. And there's some days that her daughter wasn't there, and it was just me. And this whole time, this is how it happened, okay? And she would breastfeed in front of me. She would make comments in front of me. And over the years, because we lived on this street for 10 plus years, and I'd walk by her house to take the bus to school every day. Okay? It just started to happen. Okay? And so, I don't know how much information I can give out here on YouTube without being too graphic. But there was a lot of stuff that, at the time, I felt shameful. But then over time, it started to give me power. It started to make me feel because she was extremely submissive, and she taught me certain things that I can't take back. I can't take it back. Okay? It's been ingrained into my soul. And I carry that with me every day. And this happened for a year or longer. Well, no, it just depends. Okay? I've never told this to anyone because I've just held it inside all these years. Told to one other person, okay? And I confided in that person, and I don't even know if I'm going to publish this. I don't even know if I should publish this. Okay? Because there's a lot of people I know, because I've had people say stuff like that. Are you gay? Are you this? Are you that? I'm not freaking gay, dude. I'm extremely attracted to females. I know that sounds bad, but it's just, that's how I was created. But I'm telling you right now, going through what I went through at that young of an age, like 13 or 14, I don't know, somewhere in there. That whole time period was a fog, okay? And so going through that, it messes with your mind. Okay? But not just that, you're already dealing with testing drugs at that young of age. You're already dealing with dysfunction at that age. You're already dealing with all these problems that I'm doing good right now in expressing what I'm sharing with you, because it's hard for me to allow myself to show a deeper emotion for now. Okay, because I'm not real. I don't like to deal with those type of emotions, but they need to be dealt with. They need to be talked about, right? This is part of personal development. This is part of changing who you are, right? Is being able to work through those painful emotions, right? Everyone sees the strong Luke up here all the time, right? And yet I'm dealing with this, right? So that's how it feels to me. That's what I'm dealing with. That's how I've learned to deal with it. I've seen my uncle die on the street. My brother right now is struggling. Wish I could help him. He's all over the place. I have people that I love that I've pushed away because of what happens to a person's mind when they don't understand who they are, and when they get possessed by bad information. Is real, dude. It's freaking real. I don't know if this video is going to help you or could help anyone, but I'm doing this video because it's going to let me to let it go. And a lot of people in this world, they live suffering because they never figured this stuff out. They never figured this stuff out. Okay? So they live their whole life dysfunctional, living the reality that they're living in, and they don't know what the hell's going on in their head. Sometimes I feel like I don't know what the hell's going on in my head. But you know what? At least I'm talking about it, right? At least I'm sharing it, right? At least I'm telling you all the shit that I went through, right? Like, you need to deal with this shit, right? Like, other people need to deal with it, right? You know what that does to a person at that age? I don't want to come across as a freaking, I don't know. I don't even know. I feel completely out of my freaking character. Because I'm talking about this and I'm trying to be as real as I can, while at the same time not wanting to just melt down, right? Because it's the world we live in. We live in a world full of problems. And those problems come from bad information. People living jacked up lives. Okay? I used to, and I lived most of all of my younger life like that. And so, going through that molestation process was very, I can't even explain how, it made me very extreme on how I view things. Let's put it that way. Okay, very extreme on how I feel about things. It made me in touch with my emotions that I've never, for a lot of the years I was just hardened. And I still feel that way sometimes. Sometimes I don't know if I should just, stop holding, putting on the freaking Iron Man. Or just kind of toning it down. And I have a hard time toning it down. Because sometimes being just that strong person makes you feel like you got things figured out. But you know what? No one has anything figured out all the way. Everyone's giving it their best shot, right? And so, I needed to tell you this. I needed to share this with you. Because a lot of people, they live sad lives. And you know what? I was done living like that. And I believe that's why I am the way that I am. I believe that's what made me the person that I am. Why I come across the way I come across. Why I come across maybe a little intense. Why I come across feeling, I have my ups and downs like anyone else, but you know what? I try to always bring the best energy, right? I try to share that with other people, right? And so, like I said, I don't know how much information I can give out on here. I don't know how much, YouTube is going to reject this or not, because it's pretty intense, some of the stuff that happened over that year. And at that age, you taking on, the jacks with your head, dude. But yeah, this is the truth about my past, what I went through, dude. And so, if you found it helpful, if this made any sense to you, I don't even know if this video made sense to me. But you know what? At least I talked about it, right? At least I got real, buddy. Because that's what we do, dude. But that's it, baby. I could go deeper. I don't want to go deeper. Maybe next time, maybe another time, maybe just depending on how things go. I don't know. Peace.